The case. Of lately, I was experiencing more of this problem with the symptoms were getting worse. Every other day, I had to rush to the hospital for nebulization and things like that. So it used to be a pain for everybody. And one day, somebody did comment, you're becoming a pain in the neck. You won't believe, after some days, it automatically the symptoms reduced. I could feel that probably I was trying probably to seek attention. It was not knowingly, not intentionally. Yes. I don't say that I'm completely rid of the problem, but it is far, far better now. So I think when somebody points it to you that you are becoming a pain or you are not taking care of your health, I think you realize that probably you are doing this for attention seeking. So psychosomatic disorders are deep-rooted. And we need to address it at some point of time to see why the pain causes or what is the reason behind it. So I think meditation, as you said, will definitely help in the long run.
Shifting energy, no? When you're thinking about a pain now, do something that will not put your energy there.
Correct.
So when you just shift your energy, automatically the energy is transferring, it's moving, no? See, the energy is what? It's when it is heat, okay? It will move, you can allow it to travel, you take it where you have to take. So take it, make use of it. It's hot now, no? Now you can just put the hammer there where you have to. So when you put that, then automatically it will go away. Play with the baby, go do something that you really enjoy, you'll forget. Okay? But these are temporary things, okay? You will do that. But if you want to take out from the root, okay? See, like, they say the seed, the roots are like, it spreads its wings down beneath the earth. And the tree up, it will like, also spreads both, okay? The yin and the yang energy, feminine and the male energy. So you have to bring a balance so that you are grounded, you are uprooted, you're not uprooted also, and you're not fallen also. So this is how you're supposed to bring your balance by simply allowing the energy to know how to come into this 50-50 ratio of all the energies that you know. First, go deeper and ask yourself. Try any techniques that felt good to you. You can do an anger meditation, 20 minutes every day before you go to sleep. Get angry in the sense here, don't release it, allow it to move, up as angry as possible you can be. Don't release, don't beat a pillow or something, nothing, don't do that. Okay, what you're going to do, allow it to come to such a peak, take 15 minutes, hold it. Okay, even there's a resistance to release, just hold it, don't allow it to go. Now allowing, it's like you're boiling the water and allowing it to reach to 100 degrees. Okay, when it reaches there, what happens after that? It will melt. So then after 15 minutes and the alarm is off, then simply watch the melting of your anger. It's coming down. So it's a 20 minutes meditation. 15 minutes, get angry, allow it to come to the peak, no release. Remember, no release. And 5 minutes, see the melting of the anger. Watch it, simply watch it. After that, you take a shower. So that the pent up energy, whatever is left out, will be washed away. You heat it up, the water will cleanse. And feel the water as if it's cleansing your whole, you're cleaning your systems. It will take away everything.
From the river in a concept that is the law of abundance. And as you rightly told, we work on frequencies. We are nothing but a bundle of frequencies. And whatever we have inside, we can give it out. If that is so, and always when the frequencies, the right frequencies are, they get combined and they come back to us in abundance actually. So if we adopt one technology of what technique which you told, that we have to feel the sadness or we have to feel the angriness and all, will it not adversely affect us? Like when we give the positive energy, the more of positive energies enters back in abundance. No? Likewise, if we take the negative energies again, just like feeling like, it may affect us adversely also. This is a question of mine. However, recently through Osho talks only, I have come to know that we have to first accept whatever we have, like fearness.
It is there actually. We are faking ourselves.
Yeah.
We are
faking.
ourselves
It's a
that,
faking.
that everything is fine.
Yeah.
giving a fake smile around you. It is not going to help. I had gone for a 21 days meditation. In that, know what happened? First week was full of laughter. We laugh like crazy, like stupids. Okay?
Sometimes
Laughter
that's
is
artificial
people
also.
laugh. People are saying, oh, should not be laughing, you should not behave like this. So society has suppressed the laughter. Second week, crying.
Right.
We're not allowed to cry also. See? That is there. See, all this is there. And third week was silence. And silence became so easy then. When all laughter and joy and sorrows came out, what was left? Nothing. A beautiful land, fertile land. Empty. So this is what.
Empty
When I
space.
say that anger, no, it's there. So let it come out. It's there in your subconscious mind. If you want to clean it, it will come out in a dirty way. It will play, mind is very tricky. It can play games. It tell you, yes, everything is fine, but your conscious knows. Your voice says, no, it is still there. And that's why I react in a particular way with certain people. And that's why when you know that, when people come around you and talk to you and you get triggered by something or the other, that means it's still there. Even though you're positive, why it is happening?